The meaning of the movie author Orpheus for reading 5 minutes published on 24.03. 2021 updated on 24.03. 2021 A drummer who found his calling in music lost his hearing. It seems that his world should have collapsed at once. But the hero decided not to give up. He went to the center, which provides assistance to the deaf. The guy needs time to realize what happened and accept himself with all the flaws. Drama, The Sound of Metal, is the story of a man who is waiting for an inevitable loss of hearing. But how can the hero of the movie learn to live in silence? What message does this movie bring to the audience? Absolute silence. In today's world, this is hard to imagine. A variety of sounds surround a person from all sides. Hum and noise have become part of our existence. Sometimes you want to abstract yourself from the bustle, build impenetrable walls around yourself and enjoy the feeling of peace and tranquility. It is important for a person to stay at least for a while alone with himself. Only in this way you can look inside yourself, listen to your inner voice, learn about your hidden desires and dreams. But this should only be a temporary phenomenon. For a person who is able to hear, the complete absence of sound is like a catastrophe. The main character of the movie is a member of a musical band. Ruben is a drummer. Music is the meaning of his life. He feels the rhythm, he controls it. Ruben is the creator of incredible melodies. The character can no longer imagine his existence without deafening sounds. His style is fast and precise beats. But one day he suddenly realizes with horror that he hears only a deafening hum. The first alarm bell rings. Ruben realized that he was facing permanent hearing loss. The tour, which the musical group so carefully planned, had to be cancelled. The beloved of the protagonist is in confusion. The vocalist does not know how to pick up words that would cheer up Ruben. To give moral support to her boyfriend, the girl has not yet succeeded. The only way out is to install an implant. However, the operation costs a huge amount of money. The drummer who lives in the trailer has never had such an impressive sum. Hearing is one of the most important human senses. When a person stops hearing sounds, his world turns upside down. In the center of the film, The Sound of Metal, is the story of a drummer who had to accept his illness and try to live with it further. Together with the protagonist, the audience goes through all the stages of realizing the situation in which he found himself. This motion picture is not about music. The Sound of Metal is about a man and his personal tragedy. He was rushing through life at full speed to loud sounds. Then all that was left was emptiness. An absolute silence all around him. He had to go through a difficult journey to realize that life goes on. The character's world had changed. Ruben needs a lot of effort to come to inner harmony. He grasps at any opportunity that would help him to hear again. The character struggles desperately, not yet realizing that the invented mechanisms and techniques are powerless for him. The creators of the movie tried to reveal the themes of fortitude, willpower and mutual assistance in their work. The characters of the movie in their lives have not once faced difficult problems and severe trials. Ruben struggled with drug addiction, and his beloved once made a suicide attempt. But after all the obstacles, worries and doubts, they realized that they found each other. The characters decided to start life with a clean slate. Their musical group began to give concerts, go on tours. But Ruben's illness crossed out all their future plans. Then comes a long and painful process of accepting new realities. Emotional movie, The Sound of Metal, reveals the full range of feelings of the hero. First, Ruben was seized by despair, which was replaced by anger. After that, he begins to fight with his fears and doubts. But obsessive thoughts again and again take over. It seems that there is no way out of this vicious circle. After accepting the situation comes the long-awaited peace. The meaning of the movie, The Sound of Metal, is to show a living person who has flaws, and the whole process of searching for himself. The creators of the motion picture do not press on pity. This movie cannot be called sentimental. The Sound of Metal, an honest story about people who are destined to live their lives in complete silence. Deaf-mutes do not need to be somehow singled out among the rest. They are people like everyone else, but they have a specialty. And they have learned to exist with their disabilities. Deaf-mutes don't need to be sympathized with. They don't need that. They were able to discover a new world in themselves, to find mental harmony and become happy. Sometimes people lose something very important in life. The main idea of the movie, The Sound of Metal, is for the viewer to see how to find the strength to exist further. The main character managed with the help of willpower to pass all the stages of accepting himself. However, the finale of the motion picture causes double feelings. The hero, in order to live, needs to move on. It is to live, not to exist. But this turned out to be a difficult task. The personal tragedy of the character happened suddenly. Gradually, the loss and despair read in the eyes of the protagonist are replaced by acceptance and a desire to taste life again. Admin